the interesting part about enzymes is that they can do things like take nitrogen directly from the air and convert it to ammonia. And if you think about how we do that in industry, we use very high temperatures, very high pressures. And so I think that so often what fascinates us about enzymes is their ability to do in such a facile way really challenging reactions. And then I think beyond that, there's also an element of discovery.
A couple of years ago, Serena came to us with this really kind of big idea of, can we look at enzymes in solution as they do the chemical reactions that they're doing? Enzymes as a class are really fragile molecules. They only like water as a solvent. They tend to only be happy at certain temperatures and certain pHs. Otherwise, they don't do the reaction that they're supposed to do. The enzymes that Serena is working on have metals in them, so they have an iron or a copper. Those metals make them sensitive to oxygen in the atmosphere. They're also sensitive to the X-ray beam, so the X-ray beam can actually damage the metals. So basically, in every way possible, these enzymes are very fragile things that we're trying to measure.
When we want to do something really out of the box, that's when we call on chess, because we sort of know that they're not going to tell us, oh, we don't want to change the setup, or we don't want to do this. No, they're willing to collaborate and work with you.
One of the things that chess has always placed a lot of value on is going after like kind of high risk, high reward science. So being willing to take risks and invest time and effort into doing really challenging science. And so when Serena came to us with this really challenging question, we knew that we would have the support and the encouragement of chess to be able to go after this, even though we knew that we wouldn't have a result for a couple of years from when we started.
I mean, one of the big examples is the huge influence that synchrotron radiation has had on so much in terms of drug design and catalysis. And I mean, so I think it is something that's very impactful, but for scientists in our day-to-day lives, we spend a lot of time on the details, right? And it's not so often that we get to talk about this big discovery, because a lot of times it's a decade or more in the making. Yeah.
The science really is a process. And as you're figuring out everything you need to make that exciting result happen, you're also solving problems and you're generating new information, generating new results that can be useful, for others in the field.